So it is the Radio X Evening Show with me, George Godfrey, and welcome to the show tonight, Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro.
Aloha, brother. How you doing?
I'm very well, mate. How are you getting on?
Great, thanks. Feel better for talking to you, man. Feel better for talking to you for sure.
So one of the things we've been asking guests when they've come on the show has been like how they've been handling lockdown, and I didn't really want to open with that because I feel like it's getting a bit samey. So I wanted to ask Simon, is there anything that you're really not missing during lockdown?
I have to say, I'm looking around me here. There's probably a few friends that I'm not seeing that I'm quite happy about. You know, you suddenly realise who you really like in your friends group.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're not inviting people to your Zoom chats or something. I don't know. No, I mean, I'm all right by myself generally. I think this length of time, it starts to take its toll on us all, doesn't it? I mean, you look very positive and kind of upbeat, so it's rubbing off on me a little bit. Yeah, I've struggled this week, man. But no, I mean, more TV. I can watch telly till the cows come home. So that's what I'm not missing watching less TV.
Yeah. Have you been getting on Tiger King?
Oh man, yeah, we were early in on that, man. Done the podcast and it all. What a character! What a character!
You've written the fan fiction, then. You're that far ahead of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, Joe approaches Bagheera and strokes Bagheera.
Well, listen, man. Big news for today. We have got some new music from Biffy Clyro. The song is called "Tiny Indoor Fireworks." Talk me through it. What was going through your mind when you had that first spark of inspiration?
The main initial spark of the song was the riff. It was like a real bouncy kind of upbeat song for us, so it really kind of stuck in my brain. And then lyrically the song's about trying to do your best when everything you seem to do is wrong. There's a line in the song like, "Can't do right for doing wrong," and that's kind of what the song's about. But it's about retaining the positivity, about praying for the better days. And I think in the moment we're in at the moment, the song's become a lot more kind of apt.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, relevant in what's happening. And in fact, the whole album has. So these songs have taken on a slightly different meaning for me now, George. But it's Biffy at our most fun.
Absolutely. Where did the title come from?
The title is from, right, so sometimes when I'm going to, I know we all get like this, but when I go to bed, I can never stop my brain. And sometimes I feel like my synapses are actually like sparking in my brain. So one night I was going to sleep and I just couldn't get to sleep. And I just thought to myself, I have indoor fireworks going on in my brain. And then it just stuck with me. And then when I was writing the lyrics for the song, I was like, that's suitable for this song. So yeah, references to just those thoughts that you just can't get rid of, and they're just, ricocheting off the inside of your brain. So, yeah.
I have been enjoying your little Friday sessions that have been going up on the Biffy Facebook, particularly when you've been digging out some of the old gems like Just Boy. That's been a long time since I've heard that song.
Thank you for watching. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun for that reason. Normally when we're playing, it's like we kind of have to play the big tunes. And doing this, it's been really nice spending the week kind of deciding which songs to play. But Just Boy, that's a good shout, brother. That worked a treat, actually. I had to change the key because I can't sing quite as high as Ben does, unfortunately.
Well, I think you got away with that one fine. Don't worry about it.
Thank you, brother.
But one of the things that sort of stood out to me, because, you're playing that at home, I'm guessing, right? A little home studio.
Yeah.
And you've got your awards in the background, you've got your guitars on the side, but there's one thing in the background there. There's a sitar that's really sort of got my attention. Is that going to feature on the new Biffy record? Has it been used before? Like, what's happening with that thing?
It's been used before, actually. We believe it or not, in our song Mountains, there's a sitar all the way through that song.
Right.
You can kind of hear it once you know there's a sitar on there, you can hear it. So it was during that era I wrote a couple of songs on that sitar. It's now, I would love to pick it up and play it, but to be quite honest, it's broken. So that's the only reason I haven't picked it up, because a few people have commented, but annoyingly, like the bridge of it's just slipped, and I don't have any sitar technicians in here.
I'd imagine they're pretty hard to come by, right?
They're pretty hard to come by, yeah.
Where did you learn to play it?
See, to be honest, I never learned to play anything properly. I just pick it up and go. Like I'm happy to be a beginner at most things, and kind of the less I know, the better. So sometimes, like, I know my guitar inside out. I'm getting better in pianos, and sometimes you can know too much. So for me, I've got like an auto harp as well. So when I pick them up, the sound of it just takes me somewhere different. So you just get good enough to write music. I'm not a virtuoso sitar player by any means.
One thing that I did hear the other day, so I was listening to Midnight Chats. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Loud and Quiet, and on there you said you were interested in a voiceover career, and I mean, I just want to say this now: it ain't a picnic. It's a tough game. If you've ever seen Toast of London, that is pretty accurate.
Oh really? Okay, It's dog eat dog, eat dog, is it?
But I was wondering, like, what sort of thing do you think you'd be going for if that opportunity did arise? I wouldn't want to do erectile dysfunction. I think that's it's hard to get rid of that once you do that. I'd like to do adverts for music and movies. Like I would just go to play, man. I would just go all out. It's funny though, 'cause I said it as such a kind of, a kind of passing comment, and I've been asked about it a couple of times, so it's pretty funny. Well, I can kind of see it in the right circumstances. I mean, particularly, like you said, if you were doing music, because there's one thing that they need, and that's, they need local accents. They need a bit of variety in there. I mean, that's when I get called upon anyway. Yeah,
that's where you and me come in, brother, innit?
Although that said, there was once where I got brought in for a job, and they said, "Oh, actually, can you go a little less northern on that?"
Honestly,
I was like, you specifically asked for this.
You wanted my voice, and now you want me to tamp it down? Yeah, that's a little bit disrespectful. I hope you told them who was boss.
Absolutely. Well, before I let you go, Simon, I thought I've got to take this opportunity while I've got it. I've been at Radio X for little under 2 years, and I've not got any of those sort of like named tags. So I thought this could be an interesting opportunity for your first sort of dipping your toe into voiceover. Would you be up for doing a George Godfrey on Radio X one?
Of course I would.
I was thinking maybe we could go for I'm Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro, and you're listening to George Godfrey on Radio X.
Brilliant. I love it. Right, here goes. This is Simon Neil from Biffy Clyro, and you're listening to George. Sorry, forgive me, George. I absolutely stormed all over that.
At the first hurdle.
Here we go. I know, you're right. It's dog eat dog. It's dog eat dog. This is Simon from Biffy Clyro. This is Simon from Biffy Clyro, and you're listening to George Godfrey on Radio X.
Perfect. That's the one.
I've got a lot to learn, George. You can give me some pointers.
Radio X.